What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making his debut on the channel tonight, we have Stan Rogers. Yes, indeed. How about that? Stan Rogers making his debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Josh Mosher, and Josh wanted to see me react to this. It is Stan Rogers with a tune entitled Harris and the Mare.
It's all a bunch of tree-hugging hippie crap.
Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. All right, we did have a little bit of a slight problem with this. The original link that Josh gave me, that link is dead. That link is no longer available. That video is no longer available. So I went looking for Harris and the Mare by Stan Rogers on YouTube, and I found that Stan Rogers actually has his own channel as Stan Rogers Topic, and I was able to find this video on that. So I guess that makes this an official video, possibly. But I decided to take the safe route and go with this. It's a studio recording, so hopefully everything works out here. Let's see, this was originally posted by this link. The link I used was posted by Stan Rogers Topic, as I stated above, and the video has 10,000 views. It was close, but it'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Harris and the Mare. That's all I got. I know I got this off of the Stan Rogers Topic channel, and it does say Stan Rogers up here. So I'm really hoping I made the right call here. Well, I guess we'll have to find out in the comments. Wouldn't that be something? I select this and turns out it's the wrong song. Well, like I said, I'm working with what I got, and it does say Harris and the Mare, so we should be in the right spot here. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Is it me or is it really quiet?
Harris, my old friend, good to see your face again. More welcome though yon trap and that old mare. For the wife is in a swoon, and I am all alone. Harris, fetch thy mare and take us home. The wife and I came out for a quiet glass of stout and a word or two with neighbors in the room. But young Clary, he came in as drunk and wild as sin, and swore the wife would leave the place with him. But the wife, as quick as thought, said, no, I'll bloody not, and struck the brute a blow about the head. He raised his ugly paw and he lashed her on the jaw, and she fell onto the floor like she were dead. Now, Harris, well, you know, I've never struck an angry blow, nor would I keep a friend who raised his hand. I was a conchie in the war, crying, what the hell's this for? But I had to see his blood to be a man.
Okay, I get the flute. That's obviously a flute, and in the front playing the melodic line, but along with the flute, now that other instrument, I could be wrong, but I swear that sounds like a bagpipe. Trying to think of another instrument that sounds like that. And I can't think of any. I swear that sounds like a bagpipe. Now, I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. And if I am wrong, let me know in the comments what instrument that is playing along with the flute, because I'm really curious. I'm still standing on bagpipe. I swear that's what it is. Guitar playing sounds good. I like the use of dynamics. I think the dynamics are done very well. Vocally, what he's singing and how he's singing it, very fitting for the style of the song. Okay. I will absolutely give credit where credit's due. Everything sounds clean. Everything sounds accurate. Everything sounds like it belongs. Having said that, is anything about this blowing my mind? No. No. It's actually very simple. It's very simple, easy stuff. It is being done well, sure, but for those of you that are expecting a 9, man, I got some bad news for you. That just is not going to happen. I just noticed the amount of time. We're over 7 minutes in this song. Now, look, I mean, we had a almost 12-minute long video that I just reacted to, and it did a fantastic job of making the time fly because it was very entertaining. This is a little bit over 7, and if I'm being honest with you folks, we're at the 2:48 mark. I hate to say it, but it feels closer to about 3.5 than 2 3/4. It feels a little longer than it actually is. Time is kind of dragging on this one. So hopefully things turn around. I don't know. It's happened before on the channel where, you know, things start out slow and then all of a sudden about halfway through the song, things just kick in. And next thing you know, we're flying. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Let's get back into this.
I grabbed him by his coat, spun him round and took his throat, and beat beat his head upon the parlor door. He dragged out an awful knife, and he roared, "I'll have your life." Then he struck me, and I fell onto the floor. Now blood I was from neck to thigh, bloody murder in his eye, as he shouted out, "I'll finish you for sure." But as the knife came down, I lashed out from the ground, and the knife was in his breast when he rolled o'er. With the wife as cold as clay, I carried her away. No hand was raised to help us through the door, and I've brought her half a mile, but I've had to rest a while, and none of them I'll call a friend the more. For when the knife came down, I was helpless on the ground. No neighbor stayed his hand, I was alone. By God, I was a man, but now I cannot stand. Please, Harris, fetch thy mare and take us home. Oh, Harris, fetch thy mare and take us out of here. In my 59 years, I'd never known that to call myself a man, for my loved one I must stand. Now, Harris, fetch thy mare and take us home.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know. And the thing you kind of have to admire about it is it's not trying to be anything more than what it is. It's not trying to blow itself up out of proportion. It's not trying to sensationalize itself. It's simple, it's basic, and it sounds good. And at the end of the day, you know, I'll take that over, you know, overly inflated, unnecessary instrumentation, you know, 4-part harmonies in the vocals, you know, when it's not needed, you know, when it's not really gonna add anything of value to the song, especially with a song like this. You want it a little more stripped down. you do. So I am not mad at it. Okay, I'm not mad at it at all. Yeah. I already have a score kind of in mind. It's already there in my head. I want to see if I can bump it up a little bit. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Stan Rogers with Harris and the Mare. This was a request from Josh Mosher. Okay, I got a score. I did everything I could to get the score up as high as I could. But there were some factors that kept it from going up higher than I wanted to get it. So we'll discuss everything, I promise. But let's start with the score first, and then we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.2. Yep, 6.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.2. What does that mean? Well, a 6.2 would translate to a pretty good skill rating because overall, I think this was a pretty good song. It would also get 3 out of 5 stars and a B as in boy, B- letter grade. Yeah, let that one sink in. So there you go, a 6.2, pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B as in boy, B- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Overall, I think this was a pretty good product. I think the songwriting did the job it needed to do. As far as the musicianship goes, I think everybody sounded just fine. I'm not going to sit here and say I was really impressed by anything. And I don't think anything was really all that great. But I mean, it was solid work across the board from everybody involved. Whether that be from the flute, the fife, I'm still convinced that's a bagpipe. I could be wrong about that instrument, but I'm pretty sure that was a bagpipe. The guitar playing, I mean, all the musicianship across the board did a solid job. Nothing all that impressive, but solid work across the board. The dynamics, honestly, were probably the most impressive thing about the musicianship. The guitar playing did a fine job of demonstrating some really nice dynamic usage, so I had no issue with it whatsoever. Vocally, I think everything the vocalist sang fit within the context of the song. He obviously, the range he was demonstrating wasn't super huge. It wasn't, it wasn't like he was demonstrating a 4-octave range or even a 3-octave range. He kept it within about an octave and a half. So I'm not going to sit here and say my mind was blown away by the vocals, because they weren't. But again, solid work across the board. No complaints about it. Everything sounded good. Everything sounded like it fit. I have a feeling this is one of those types of songs that you really need to listen to the lyrics. You really need to listen to the story that's being told within the song to really appreciate the song. I appreciate the musicianship, absolutely, and I appreciate the vocal ability, absolutely. But I don't do lyrics. Lyrics just go over my head. It's not that I don't care about lyrics. It's I don't grasp them. I've never been able to really and truly grasp lyrics, especially on a first listen. They just go completely over my head. So I have a real hard time when it comes to the storytelling of the song. I'm positive there is a story here in the lyrics, and that probably is where the value of the song truly lies. But I don't get them, so I can't take them into account. That time of 7 minutes, I think it was 7 minutes and 2 seconds, 7 minutes and 3 seconds. If I'm being honest, it felt longer than that. It felt like about an 8-minute long song, more than a 7-minute long song. the time did kind of drag on this. Now, here's the thing, though. The time dragged, yes, but it didn't drag horribly. It's not like it was a 7-minute song that felt like 10 minutes or 12 minutes. I've had those on the channel before, and they are just mind-numbing. I mean, I would rather have dental work done than listen to that song again. Not the case here. I mean, yeah, it did drag a little bit. Yes, it did, but it didn't drag horribly. It wasn't painful to listen to. It was so long and it was so dragged out. No, the song, to be honest with you, when I heard the style of the song that it was going to be, about a minute into it, I was like, okay, this song's going to drag. It is going to drag. I just hope it doesn't drag out too long. And it didn't. It could have been, trust me when I say this, it could have been a lot worse, okay? So, a 7-minute song that feels like 8 minutes, is it going to affect the score? Yes, it's going to affect the score a little. Just a very tiny bit. And we're literally talking about like the difference between a 6.3 and a 6.2. I mean, we literally came down 1/10 of a point. So guys, don't lose your minds over it. It's not worth it. But yeah, I think that 6.2 feels accurate. I think that's exactly where this song needs to be. So that's where we're at, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap this all up in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 6.2, which is a pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B as in boy, B- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.